You just turned 18. You just graduated high school. It's all balloons and flowers, and life is finally about to start. You don't want to start learning. You escape the rat race. You don't want to do anything when it comes to self-improvement and becoming the highest version of yourself, because that requires work. You feel like you don't have to do any type of work or learning due to the fact that you just graduated high school and education is not fun. So years go by of just winging it. Next thing you know, you just turned 21. You're in the club every night partying and running from your problems. But as time goes on, you're trying to keep up with this inflated lifestyle. Bills are stacking up, the rent is due, and you're trying to impress all of these females, but yet you have lost and don't have a sense of self. It gets so bad for you that you start living off the female. She invites you into her house for you to get your shit in order, and you still don't get it right. You're pissed off and you want to end it all. So then you start sitting there asking yourself, what is the next move for me? But before we can do any move ourselves, first we need to come to a sense of self. What is it that I value on this earth? What is my values that I want to be known for as a man? And that is exactly why I'm making this video, because it's a lot of men out there that don't have integrity, that don't hold a sense of self when it comes to their values, when it comes to their morals and ethics. And that is why I'm here to help every single one of you guys today in this video. I want every single one of you guys to close your eyes right now and envision yourself dead in a coffin, because that's where we're all headed. The average life expectancy is only 4,000 weeks. I think that comes out to like 70 something years or something like that. When you're in that coffin, and some of us might be in there in the next 30 days, some of us, in the next 50 years, you don't know when you're going to go. The most important question that you can ask yourself is, how do you want to be remembered when it came to these four things right here? Your health, your wealth, your love, and your happiness. What do you want people to say about you when you're in that coffin? The reason why I say those four components, because I feel like if you have health, mind, body, spirit, wealth, passive income, active incomes, charities, donations, when it comes to your love, friends, family, romance, and when it comes to your happiness, a sense of purpose, a synchronicity lifestyle, etc., I feel like that is the good life. So I want every single person in here to have a good life, and that's what we're all striving for as human beings. But what is the things that you want other people to say about you when you're laying dead in that coffin? And once you have the answers to those when it comes to your health, wealth, love, and happiness, now that's how we have created a sense of values. Let's start off with health. So I'm not going to tell you guys all of mine, but I'm a big believer that in every single one of these components, you should have at least three, because I'm a big believer if you have more than three priorities, then you have none at all. So for every single one of these components, I'm just going to give you one of mine. I feel like telling you all three of mine are very sacred. I want people to reveal that, when I'm like dead and gone, but I'll tell the world like some of mine right now. So when it comes to my health, right, I want to be known as a person that looked like he was 24, 25 years old forever. At the age of 32, I feel like I'm doing that. I'm a good looking dude. I'm a handsome looking dude. I just want to be in line when it comes to my body, when it comes to my mind, my spirit. I just want to still be young no matter how much older I'm getting, and I want to look young, like in the flesh. So when I'm in that coffin, I want people to be literally say like, this dude looked like he was 25 even when he was 40, 50 years old. Like, I just got a baby face and he just kept the par and he kept up with himself and he just looked young. But number two, when it comes to wealth, what I want to be known for is somebody that literally built nothing and created it into something. He took a concept and then he made it into reality and made generational wealth off of that. I'm a big believer that I'm a revolutionary when it comes to the clothing thing, even when it comes to being on here on YouTube and giving you guys my life story and my life experience and clothing brand experience and stuff like that. I made a vision back when I was like 28, 29 years old that I'm going to read pretty soon here. And it's literally everything that I'm doing right now, I literally like wrote it all out, and it's just the beginning. Like, before I leave this earth, I want to be known as somebody that not only just made generational wealth, but he made a generational impact on other people's lives, and he got an exchange of currency for that, for his service and contributions to the world. I'm a big believer, this is for all the men that's listening to this, that the number one law as a man is contribution. We can't sit here and just live off of everybody else's Michael Jordan concepts, because everybody has a Michael Jordan talent. So like Steve Jobs with the phone and technology, we can't just sit here and live off of everybody else's creation while we don't put out any type of creation or service or product to the world, because you have a Michael Jordan talent at something. And for some of y'all, that can be guitar lessons, that can be a guitarist, that can be a singer, that can be a rapper, that can be an athlete, or it can be a clothing brand owner, or it can be real estate. Whatever your lane is, it's like you have to give an immense value of contribution to the world. And I'm a big believer that you will receive all of it back tenfold. So when I'm in my coffin, I want my kids, I want my wife, I want everybody to be like, man, this dude, literally, I saw him go from the trunk and he had nothing, and he created a whole bunch of something from his clothing brand and all the way to, just serving the world with my story and my vision and helping millions of people out there. And I feel like we're getting off to that on a very good start. When it comes to the third thing, when it comes to love, right, with the friends, family, romance, this is one of my most important things that I want to be known for, and something that I value, and that is building the foundation with the right women and having a very, very strong household. I feel like in America and a lot of households around the world right now, it's on a fragile identity. A lot of people just see the summary of a person rather than really getting to understand them, and that goes from parents to kids, everybody in the house. People don't know their roles anymore as far as the woman and the man, and this is just my perspective off of what I see from a bird's eye view. And I'm a big believer in family, and I'm a big believer in foundation and integrity and principles and values, and I want to build that with like a woman and have a beautiful family, and they both see the parents' demonstration in the flesh, So when I'm in my coffin, when it comes to my love, I want to make sure that I had the right partner, and me and her, we over-delivered and overserved and brought in input every single day within our household, even outside of our household. So we over-delivered and we overserved our children and ourselves, and we lived off of our values and principles, and we had a very, very, very strong foundational structure, because I'm a big believer, if you have a weak foundation and if you have a weak family, that is very hard to accomplish great things in this world. And when I'm in that coffin and when my wife is looking at me, I want her to see a dude that, he was on the pursuit of purpose. He built something with her. We broke our generational traumas that I come from and that she come from, and we went against the odds, and we built values and principles and ethics and morality that we installed into our children, and that they will be able to plant seeds into their kids as well. And that's something that I'm big on when it comes to my love. It's like, I just want the perfect wife for me, and I just want us to have a synchronicity relationship, and we built the foundation on strong values and principles. Last but not least, when it comes to happiness, I want to be known for a dude that put purpose before everything and his contributions to the world. So when people look at me, all they know me for is, Lord knows, all they know me for is giving life into people. All they know me for is being synchronicity at one when it comes to my purpose in this earth. I'm a big believer that all of us are here for something, and I feel like I was truly put here to not just to put art, but to also give you guys all of my experience, the lessons, the peaks and the valleys that I went through on my clothing brand journey as a brand owner, as an entrepreneur, me even being a father, me being a parent. I feel like I was also put here to use my voice to help out millions and millions and millions of people that's either about to go through this or that's going through this right now, and they need clarity and they almost need like a guider there to help them out on their journey. I want people to look at me and be like, this dude was known for being on his pursuit as a man and putting purpose before everything, because this is what a lot of men don't realize. The higher you go up, the easier and better everybody's life around you becomes, and that goes from baby mamas to parents to your children to your wife, whatever it may be. It's like the higher you go, the easier and better everybody's life becomes, but you have to put purpose before everything. That's before family, that's before your kids, that's before everything. Like, it's your dream, right? And I feel like when people see that type of demonstration, even if it's your wife, even if it's your kids, that will inspire them and motivate them. And you have to remember that many people, especially children, they don't listen, they just react. So if they see daddy walking in a certain demonstration and daddy going out there to go get his, and daddy out there putting all the other bullshit on the sideline and really just having a narrow path on life, I feel like it will be reciprocated over to them, rather than you just jumping down their throat and you telling them, like, you just moving in a demonstration for everybody. And I think that moves people a whole lot better than just screaming and barking at them. So when I'm in my coffin, I just want to be known, when it came to my happiness, a dude that was in full synchronicity, like with his purpose, and he was very passionate for what he believed in, and he's willing to die for what he believed in. And I think that if a man can get at least 3 to 4 things when it comes to his health, his wealth, his love, his happiness, that is his core values in life. The reason why I say that those are his core values in life, because that's his overall importance. So everything else really doesn't matter. It only comes down to what you want people to think about you when you're in that coffin, and now you have values to move off of and live off of as a man while you walking on this pursuit, on this journey that we call life. And people don't realize that life is very short, you know what I mean? And when we're gone, we're gone. There's no coming back. You know, I don't know about you guys, but every single one of you guys should be wanting a Nipsey Hussle funeral, a Michael Jackson funeral, a Kobe Bryant funeral. You know what the difference between those funerals are rather than the masses? They had a 12-hour funeral or 8-hour funeral, and there's a lot of people out there that's only having an 8-minute funeral. Nobody cares about them. Their kids hate them. Wife divorced them, multiple kids. It's just a clutter. Like, nobody in their family's alive, and it's only people there at the funeral home and just that person in the coffin, and then that's it after 8 minutes, and then they're going 6 feet under. It's like, who wants that? You know what I mean? Every single person watching this out of urgency should be wanting a very impactful life. So you have to move as if your head is on fire, right? Because if your head was on fire, you're moving with a sense of urgency to put that fire out. So it's the same thing even with our life. Every single day that goes away, that's almost like the steam is still burning, right? So we have to keep on this pursuit, and we have to be impactful human beings. And I don't know about you guys, but I want an 8-hour funeral. I don't want an 8-minute funeral. And there's a big difference with that, right? And it's all because of the impact and the dent that you put on somebody's life. You know, like when I'm dead and gone, I want hundreds and thousands of people to just feel the impact that I left on them, either if that was financially, either if that was physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I want to touch millions and hundreds of thousands of people out there, from the art that I created with my brand to even my contributions on this screen right now, telling you guys my journey and my experience, from a clothing brand to my relationships to just my whole pursuit and the peaks and valleys that I had to go through and become to end up even in this room that I'm in right here. That was all a concept at first that I brought into reality, and I just want to overserve and over deliver everybody. And that should be the same for every single one of you guys at the things that you guys are good and great at. But a lot of you guys are following me because a lot of you guys want a clothing brand. And for these brand owners out there, if you guys really want to get on your marathon, and if you guys really want to make an impact, I highly advise every single one of you guys to really look at these values when it comes to your health, your wealth, your love, and your happiness. It should only be 3 to 4 of them per pillar, right? So now you looking at what you value, and then look at the life that you want to like leave on people. And like I said, there's a difference between the 8-hour funeral and then the 8-minute funeral. And last but not least, we have is Judgment Day. And a lot of you guys are probably asking me, what the hell does Judgment Day mean? And this is what a lot of people don't want to accept, right? When you're dead and gone, and when people are walking past that box with you in it, they're asking themselves one question, consciously or unconsciously. And it's a very simple question. Were you worth a damn? And the only way that you will be worth the damn is by getting to the good life and giving out your contributions and your services to other people. Don't be the narcissistic people like the mass are, and just sit in a cubicle all day and hating on the rich and hating on all these other things, and you haven't given out no contribution to the world, but you expect people to just come take care of you because they made something of themselves. Don't be that person. Go out here, look at your problems, look at your pain, look at your suffering, and overcome all of that and become a higher person and a higher version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, like I said, the higher you go up, the easier and better everybody's life will become. And that even goes with me talking to you guys on this YouTube. The more subs I get, the more I can over deliver and overserve you guys with products and services and things like that, you know? So we're all on this pursuit together, but always remember that from your mama to your daddy to your family members to friends to supporters, people are going to look at you in that box and literally ask that one question to themselves: was they worth a damn? And I know every single one of you guys want to be worth a damn, so every single one of you guys need to go out there and have a meaningful, impactful life. And like I said, I'm going to leave it at this. The overall goal is to leave the world better than the way you came into it. So let's just do a full recap on how I create my values in this world as a man. And it's very simple. You just take out a piece of paper, you break down health, wealth, love, and happiness. You imagine yourself dead in the coffin, and you just ask yourself, what do you want to be remembered by when it comes to your health, your wealth, your love, and your happiness? It should be anywhere between only 3 to 4 things per pillar. Because like I said, if you have over 3 priorities, then you have none. But now you have enough to where you can move in your life with these values and the things that you cherish. And now you have some type of ethics and morals and integrity to live by, rather than being out here like the mass man, what I call, and they're just out here winging it and don't have any type of principles to stand on and live by. So like I said, if you guys want to see more content like this, please comment below. Please subscribe to the channel. And like I always say, embrace the craft and divorce from the result. I'll see y'all in the next video. Machiavelli's out. Peace.